A lesson in boundaries. I hold this page between us like a saber because we are already standing too close. I open my mouth and there you are beneath me, baby bird, waiting to be fed this regurgitated nutrients. There is a need in you, naked and primal, a longing for what is mine, and I don't trust you not to take too much. So I hold this page between us like a barbed wire fence, hoping as you press your face against it, the tang of metal, the piercing of iron and electricity will guard against your wayward curiosity, will poke your eyes shut when they've seen enough. I hold this paper between us like an old lady opens the door to her apartment, locks all still in place, never removing the chain, only cracking it a sliver long enough to see who's on the other side, and shit, it's you again. Like a bill collector. No, like a loan shark. You're asking for payment but willing to take limbs, blood, pain. You would just as easily see me stretched and broken. It would be equally beautiful to you. So I hold this page between us as a reminder that what I am willing to give you is finite, is not the never-ending story, all-access Disney pass to my soul, is 9 by 11 with 1-inch margins, a beginning, a middle, and an end. And as I whisper my words to you, don't mistake me for soft-spoken. Feel the sledgehammers wrapped in velvet at the core of every stanza. Feel the bite of me. The gilded Ginzu knives I juggle with a grin, and know if I were to speak any louder, I might deafen you. If I were to share much more, the rain of falling knives would slit you into ribbons. So I hold this page between us, as much for your safety as for mine. That's my disclaimer. I like to read. But you know, when you're a writer, you can't just say, oh, I like to read from the book instead of, you know, going from the head. You have to like make it into a thing or something. I don't know. So recently I've taken up a new hobby, which I thought was really great that she did the announcement for it, is yoga. And here's what I have to say about that. Yoga. Come up onto your knees. Transform into a table, dip hips, back arching, arise. Feet rooted, salute the sun, then bow to the earth. Hands planted, heart pouring out through fingertips. Uttanasana. Breath and motion, breath and flow, breathing forward, opening your chakras like gifts wrapped and left forgotten from one holiday to the next. Try to remember what's inside. Hope it's something you really wanted. Twist on the axis of your spine, align left, then right, spiral and up as though your spine were an umbilical cord to the universe. Spread your fingers, open your mouth, and relearn the secrets of your own body. Pay a white girl in spandex pants to teach you how to tilt back your pelvic floor, draw in your belly, and roll, roll, roll. Roll your shoulders, roll your neck, roll your ass, roll onto your back, roll your eyes, still breathing in time. Just as obedient as a downward dog. Wonder about your past lives. Weren't you Nefertiti or Isis? Didn't you architect the pyramids? Weren't your love letters the alphabet that birthed the language? Your root chakra the gateway to the womb that wove the double helix of 1,000 moons? Weren't your thighs the pillars of temples? Your shoulders arched back like bows, the tree trunks that sang Hosanna? Weren't your breasts the mountains where laws were forged and gravity had no meaning? Wasn't your heart the mystery the Sphinx used in its riddles? Wasn't your walk the tidal wave that flooded the Nile again and again, goddess? What the hell are you doing here? A preventative Jesus. It was Jesus. Just in time, I was praying. Anyone and everyone there was praying to our own respective gods and goddesses. Knees bent, palms pressed together, prayers like kites, dancing on the wind, unaffected by smoke and lead, eyes searching skyward. Is it a bird? A plane? No, it's just in time, Jesus. Damage control, Jesus. Jesus with the Kevlar blanket to shield us from the rain of bullets. Jesus with the cell phone dialing 911, one-handed, the other hand on the pulse of the boy on the ground, keeping it nimble, playing it quick, reminding him that every pain breath is a victory, life winning out over hard-fought, striving death. Yes, Jesus is holding his head now, giving him CPR, gently lifting him into the cradled arms of the ambulance, just in time. Sirens and lights and tambourines, just in time for the revival. Please don't call me ungrateful. Gratitude is a garment I wear well and often, and the sighs, the courses of yes, Lord, and amen, and praise his name, I sing it gladly. But if there were a genie and wishes involved, I would speak my desire into practice for a preventative Jesus. A Jesus before the fact. One who would call me and say, hey, Reagan. And he could call me Reagan because, we'd be cool like that. And I'd say, Jesus, what's up? And he'd be like, don't go to the Safeway on Rainier. And I'd be like, cool. I wouldn't even ask why, because if anyone was ever looking out for me, it would be Jesus. But he wouldn't be my own personal Jesus. He would be available to the community. He would be calling up all those boys and their mamas and telling them the same thing, and they would listen, because everyone listens to Jesus, even Republicans. And he wouldn't be subtle. None of this burning bush, intuitive ghost whispering, shadow in a dream, interpretive dance message crap. Jesus would just say it. Yeah. A preventative Jesus. Patron saint of everything that never had to happen. Every war avoided. Every kidnapping, every rape, car accident, root canal, extra pound, ass whooping, stub toe, burnt meal, family argument, lost Packer game, anything unpleasant, completely avoided before it ever happened. But even as I envision this perfect perfection, I can see Jesus smile and shake his head, a black nod. More than a greeting, but an acknowledgement of every brilliant mistake I've just asked him to unmake. And in that enigmatic way of his, I get this flash of summer rain with no umbrellas, stolen kisses with the wrong boy, that 2 years we stopped talking because we were both so mad, and how much better we were when we were friends again, and there was the boy that lived, and all those who died, and everything their deaths awakened. The line between good and bad, the blur between right and wrong, the gray of everything, a swirling, chaotic, molten mess of the bang that started it all. Just maybe some things weren't meant to be prevented. This is for you, Alyssa, who is an amazing organizer and works, with the...
Just got fired today.
Who was an amazing organizer. Who works with the workers of Walmart. That fucking sucks. I got a poem for that too. But, wow, okay. Right, so that's another one of the things that I do is I'm a community organizer for Making Change at Walmart. So this is called The Real Walmart. Smile, America. Smile for the camera, real pretty with your white teeth. From bleach to fluoride, toothpaste to formaldehyde, whatever kicks might fit your stride, whatever product you might buy, we'll stack it high, open doors wide, all you have to do is come inside. Beneath fluorescent lighting, you won't see what we hide. Shh. This ain't nothing but a free ride. Just listen to the lullaby of this low, low price, because this is America, and we know that you need it cheap, and Walmart is a company that you keep. Or does it keep you? Underemployed, underfed, or abused? Oh, shh. That's not what's happening. Let me tell you what's true. Just close your eyes. Don't get hypnotized by what you see on the news. Here in the U.S., everybody's always getting sued. Doesn't mean employees are getting screwed. It's just the way that media gets misused. You can only count on commercials to keep you from being duped, to tell you what to buy and from whom. I'm telling you, we're going to save you $1 or $2. Because saving money will help you live better. And baby, don't you want to live better? Of course you do. That's the dream of America. We're just doing what we have to do to make all your dreams come true. So smile, America. We're giving you what you need. So what if a couple of Bangladeshis have to bleed? I mean, as long as they're not the same nationality, race, religion, or creed, their lives really have no bearing on the extent of our greed. Profit margin. That's how we make ends meet. Connect the customer to the goods that they need. It's just a business model, you see, a model business where everyone makes a living salary. I mean, sure, most employees qualify for federal aid, but Uncle Sam Walton says that's A-OK. Because, the Walton mountain of money is still intact, so don't get all twisted round about the facts. The fact is, you are getting a bargain, far more than what you paid for. Well, let me ask you, is this really what we prayed for? Is this really what we've been saving up for? To buy into an American dream that's built on lost lives and crooked politics from another country's industry? The links of a supply chain that tell us we have everything to gain, but what are we losing? What are we choosing? What's the true cost of those beta glory genes? Oh, great. Okay, cool. I'm all like, don't tempt me. I got a whole bunch of books. You see that, right? Yeah, so I love to write. It's a thing, kind of an addiction. Since I was a kid, I've just always had notebooks and stuff. And then about 2010, 2009, somewhere around in there, I'd taken up slam poetry as just something to do, something fun, something exciting, share my writing with somebody. And I decided I was going to write a new poem for each slam I did. And so I did. So at the end of that year, I had a whole bunch of poetry. And my mom's like, what are you going to do with that? And I was like, I have to do something with it? I mean, I wrote a poem. That was what I was going to do. But that's how I ended up putting together my first book. It wasn't really about the book. It was about a present for my mom, in a way to honor all the time and the investment that both my parents have put into my writing and into me following my dreams. And from there, once I learned how to do a book, I was like, oh, I'm just going to keep doing that. So, yeah. I'm going to read some poetry from this book. It's called Summoning Unicorns. This is new this year. And so some of these are poems that I've never read to an audience before, including this one. This is called The What If of You and Me. Let's just say, for fun, that I trusted you. That I oiled my hinges and the key didn't break off in the lock, and like the Tin Man, I simply jimmied open my ribcage and drew back a velvet curtain, flicked my wrist, a matador beckoning your bull, because every 34 years there is a celestial event, something akin to an eclipse, but with the smaller planets of hearts and livers and gray-gooped masses of stardust fashioned into tissue and muscle and bone and fleshed-out nerves, creating a living map in the form of a woman. And you came to me as a man, at the right bar, on the third drink, and I caught myself slipping into something a bit too comfortable, a bit too real to capture in a safe selfie on Facebook. Let's just say that I viewed streaking as a lighthearted hobby, a whimsical jaunt in bare feet, and not as a sadistic reoccurring nightmare of classmates and neighbors and coworkers and judgy strangers and everyone I went to church camp with, queued up from end to end on both sides of the street for my marathon of shame, collecting gaping eyefuls of my perverse natural glory like Japanese tourists at Graceland, all lightning flash paparazzi flash from every angle. Yeah, let's just say that I was actually up for it. That the scent of your cologne, mixed with the deeper hues of your skin, didn't spark in me a sense of panic. That alcohol was sufficient to anesthetize my shell-shocked heart. That PTSD had an off switch, let's just say. That I didn't heed my every raging instinct. That I didn't slip stealthily from the bar stool into his cold sprint and out the bathroom window. That I didn't tell you to fuck off when you reached an uninvited hand into my hair. That I let you lean into me. That I even leaned into you until our noses Eskimo kissed and our mouths inhaled the earthy sweet of rum and sex. It would have been awful, really. We would have disappointed each other by the dawn, pondering which of us was the vampire and which the werewolf, one a little too alive and one too dead to coexist in any realm beyond B-movies with swamp monsters and clumsily strung puppets. No more silver bullets. No more Russian roulette. I don't need to call your bluff to know you're firing blanks. I can see your empty chasm from here. Time to click my heels and wake up alone again. Oh, it's a good time to do a breakup poem. This is called, yes, it is always a good time, right? This is called Stupid Breakup Poem number 46. Yes, it's that ongoing eulogy of you and me, except you're not dead yet. More evidence that wishes are just misspent pennies and planets masquerading as stars. If I had a rocket, I would shoot your ass to Mars. But see how that's me still caring about you, me and my imaginary ship, sending you beyond the moon, and you with your very real car couldn't make time to drive me home that night. Wait. No. This is the part where I talk about resplendence and the Disney-like magic of our first kiss filled with all the possibilities that never quite materialized. Blah, 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 some cliche, longing incessantly. No, but no bitterness, no regret. That's all in poems 1 through 23. In the I miss you, hate you series. And I miss you. And hate you. A little. Okay, a lot. But not as much as I miss being free to think about other things. God, this breakup is like having a terminal disease. All the visitations, flowers, and sympathy ice cream. I just want to go dancing and get sweaty and grind on other men without a single thought of you. Shit. I really do miss you. Wait, no, sorry, that's from poem 42. I'm over it now. Number 46 is all about the bliss, because I'm over it, baby. I'm so damn over these blues. I want to be orange again and wear those turquoise shoes that never go with anything. I want to be the girl you met before you met me, so I can disrupt the time-space continuum and date your friend instead. Oh, but he turned out to be an asshole too. I guess it had to be you. It had to be. It was. And now we're through.